Yeah, I mean, on the cost point, let's kick off with that, because that's actually where you've seen some of these regulatory burdens kick in, and that's where you saw a huge jump in the headcount, and that's really what's contributed to that rising cost. So while they've been hit with a few fines here and there, where you are seeing the impact is really on that cost base for Facebook, and that's expected to continue to rise as we move towards the US 2020 election. And of course, not only that, there are talk of more and more regulations coming in the US. We don't know what form those are going to take. So this issue of regulation, where it could hit them in terms of fines and penalties, it's also going to hit them in the fact they're going to have to change their business internally and hire more people.
Can we get onto that point, changing the business? Because I think most people still see Facebook and all the different parts of the business that it has bought in recent years and then think this is an overarching play in social media. But I agree with you. The undercurrent here is that you've not got the ability to track people's data with cookies anymore, because you've seen that change that's taken place with some of the big providers. And on top of that, Mark Zuckerberg yesterday was talking about disappearing data. I mean, you've got a market to disappearing data. People don't want a footprint to stick around anymore. So the business is changing before our very eyes. And
people are becoming more privacy conscious. I think that's only going to accelerate if we see some sort of regulation out of the US. Of course, we've had the GDPR here in Europe, and to some extent that hasn't really hit Facebook as much as perhaps those who brought that in had hoped. I mean, if you look at sort of the digital ad market share, it's still Facebook and Google very much dominating. They've got the lawyers, they've got the money to be able to handle this. But you are seeing, I think, yeah, again, changes in that, and of course with the US election, any US regulation that comes, that's going to be interesting as well. Don't forget also, they're under numerous antitrust investigations over in the US as well. So this regulatory sort of headwind that is hitting Facebook doesn't seem to be sort of clearing, at least this year. So it's something that's going to stick with the company. And another controversial point, of course, that happened this year is Facebook said they're going to continue to allow political ads on their platform, but not going to vet them about whether they're true or whether they're lies or not. And that was a big point as well that brought the company a lot of stick, whereas on the other hand, you had Twitter saying they're going to ban a lot of political ads as well. So that, I think, was another point that's going to really sort of hurt the company this year.
Oh, it's interesting, the technicians on this, and just to look at the chart pattern, you know, occasionally, to Steve's chagrin, I do look at the dark arts of charting, and the fact that we're nudging around these 2018 highs has people nervous, because it does look on the chart pattern as though we may just bounce off that, given what we've seen on the earnings, and that could imply the prospect of a significant pullback at this stage. I mean, perhaps just to your strengths, Arjun, we were told that young people were deserting Facebook and it wasn't cool anymore, it wasn't trendy, but the numbers keep going up.
The numbers keep going up, and I think what's interesting is a new metric that Facebook broke out, and this is what they're calling the family ARPU. And I know Steve loves a good ARPU number, and the family average revenue.
I love charts, I love ARPUs. I also like profits, funny enough, which is really weird, isn't it, for somebody who looks at companies?
It is. Well, look, let's look at the average revenue per user, because this basically tracks the average revenue per user across all of Facebook's properties: Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp as well. And that number came in at $7.38. Now, if we look at the core Facebook, just Facebook alone, ARPU, that was at $8.52. That was higher than the entire suite of products combined, which shows that Facebook's still very much relying on its core platform, despite this commentary about people flocking to Instagram and Facebook trying to monetize WhatsApp and Messenger, etc. So that is very much it. So I think, you know, that is both, I mean, you can see it as a strength in one hand, that Facebook continues to monetize the core platform, but also if they're trying to diversify that base, if they're saying that Instagram is the next big thing, if analysts are saying Instagram is the next big thing, these numbers don't really back up that commentary at the moment, I think.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.